Hello, this is Dazzling One, and this week's discussion is on the cult of Santa Muerte. And I've decided to do a series called Death Cults, and this will be part 1. Santa Muerte, otherwise known as Saint Death or Holy Death, is a narco saint. Señora de las Sombras, Lady of the Shadows, Señora Blanca, White Lady, Señora Negra, Black Lady, Niña Santa, Holy Girl, or La Flaca, the Skinny Lady are all names she is otherwise known as. In an interview with Vice, Andrew Chestnut, the author of Devoted to Death, Santa Muerte, the skeleton saint, said that the folk saint boasts between 10 and 12 million devotees. However, La Santa Muerte doesn't demand an exclusive devotion, and many of her followers are practicing Catholics. As you guys well know, even the words Catholic mean universal. Before 2001, devotees of Santa Muerte largely worshipped in private, erecting shrines or in closet spaces or personal spaces, now has more open followers, and a lot of this has to do with Enriqueta Romero, better known as Doña Queta, who erected a life-size statue of the saint on the sidewalk outside of her home in Tepito, an impoverished, crime-riddled barrio of Mexico City. Doña Queta, along with Enriqueta Vargas, have become two of the most prominent leaders of the Santa Muerte movement in Mexico. When Vargas' son was murdered in 2008, she inherited a 75-foot fiberglass Santa Muerte statue and temple. Today, followers flock to this temple in Tultitlan, where Vargas performs weddings and baptisms. The Catholic Church condemns her. However, many of the rituals to honor Santa Muerte resemble that of Catholic rituals. Some attribute the origin of Santa Muerte to the Aztec goddess of death in the underworld, Mictlancihuatl, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, guys, the Lord and Lady of Mictlan, the realm of the dead. And while she's worshipped by all social classes, she's commonly known as the saint of robbers and cops, which is an interesting contradiction. Before the Spanish conquest, the Aztecs dedicated most of the month of August to their goddess of death. As part of the suppression of indigenous deities, the Catholic Church actually did a syncretic move similar to what they did with Christmas pagans in Europe. They moved the Saints' Day to November 1st and 2nd and combined it with the day that was commonly used to celebrate the dead, Dia de los Muertos. And so, while it's seen as both a Christian holiday, it's also seen as a day of celebrating Santa Muerte and the dead. On Dia de los Muertos, which is between November 1st and 2nd, there are visits to the cemetery where people will bring offerings to the dead, such as candles, flowers, and food, or offerings are left at home altars, which often involve more festive celebrations, including striking sugar skulls, calaveras de azúcar, and pan de muerto, bread of the dead, which have become a familiar icon of the tradition. Adorned with the names of deceased relatives, the skulls are eaten as a reminder that death is not a bitter end, but rather a sweet continuation of the natural cycles of life. Some devotees of Santa Muerte believe that serving her is a double-edged sword, and in an interview with the Houston Press, several followers said that you must make a promise if you ask La Santa Muerte for a favor. If you don't keep that promise, she can take away a loved one. And the way in which her followers show her gratitude is to pray to her consistently, act with gratitude, and present an offer such as fruit, flowers, cigars, incense, food, or alcohol in exchange for your request. So that's it for Santa Muerte and the cult of Santa Muerte. There are many death cults, both current and past tense. If there are any that you're interested in, or any worship of death within modern culture or past culture that you'd like me to address in this series, let me know. But I thought it'd be fitting because for those in Mexico, it's Dia de los Muertos. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you either in next Monday's live stream or next Wednesday's video. Take care and God bless.